Hello everyone, a very good evening all of you. Welcome to the session. Am I properly audible and visible, guys? Just let me know. Okay, fine. Just a second. Okay, for me, those watching me for the first time, I'm Niharika John, Faculty of English on CGB, and here I am with another session of editorial. Okay, fine. So this session of editorial समथिंग जो हर चीज को कवर करता है. It covers grammar, vocabulary, comprehension, which is very very important, and the combination of everything asked in MCQs. तो सब कुछ की प्रैक्टिस आपको यहाँ मिल रही है. Monday to Saturday, 8 p.m. we meet here, so do not miss this session. I'm so sorry, it is raining. There is no electricity. Somehow I managed back up, and here I am taking the session. I hope you understand. Sorry for being late. Usually class हमारी 8 o'clock को start हो जाती है. Okay, so this is the editorial from the Hindu. जल्दी से like और share कर दो session को. Subscribe the channel if you are new, and if you want free PDFs, make sure to join our Telegram that is in the description below. Okay, so हम skimming से start करेंगे. I'll give you 2.5 minutes. And what you have to do is you have to skim the passage. That means you don't have to waste time in reading the passage, reading the article जैसे आपको learn करना है, memorize करना है, और you have to translate it. ऐसे आपको नहीं करना है. What you are supposed to be doing is कि आपको skip करना है, jump करना है कुछ कुछ words को, and that's how you are supposed to read. And still at the end आपको main message क्या है समझ में आना चाहिए. I am from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. I hope you know the name of my city, might be aware of it. So let's move ahead. Start reading now. I'm running on low battery, okay? So we'll try to wrap up the class soon. I'll make sure all the questions are done, but some things are just out of my control. So please start doing it. Central. Okay, time up. Healthcare related. This is the theme, I would say. Not the theme, but the domain from which today's article is taken. So it says vaccinating India on zero dose children. The prevalence of zero dose children remains high among the poor. Zero dose means उनको एक भी vaccination नहीं लगा. You all might be aware that we have to go through a whole vaccination regime for children right from their birth. So उसी के बारे में कुछ होगा. On the bright side, it starts on a positive note. Vaccine coverage globally between 2023 doubled for 6 diseases. So vaccine coverage for these 6 diseases, it has doubled, including measles, polio, and tuberculosis. Also at 75% globally, there has been a of sharp fall in the number of zero dose children, those who have not received the first dose of diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis DTP vaccine during the same time period. So we also see a sharp fall in number of those children. I was about to say students, वही मुंह पे आता है. So these children, they didn't get through this. The number of zero dose children is a crucial performance marker and an indicator of the vaccination coverage inequities. That means where there is no equality. So the number of such children who haven't received even one dose, it is a performance marker and indicator of vaccination coverage. कौन सी कितनी cover हो रही है. Despite increased immunization coverage over the decades, in 23, 1.44 million, according to the Lancet, still had the second largest number of zero dose children. Iske बावजूद that we did so much, we tried to cover so much of immunization, we still, as according to the Lancet, India was the second largest number in number of nations and list of nations where children are still not vaccinated, and it is among the 8 countries over 50% of nearly 16 million zero dose children globally. 50% 8 countries को belong करते हैं, उनमें से एक इंडिया भी है. Most of the zero dose children globally are in countries that are conflict infected. So maximum we get to see such children जिनको एक भी डोज नहीं मिला है, they are from the countries जहाँ पे कोई conflict हुआ है और with limited resources for vaccination programs. India has neither of the two problems. ना हमारा कुछ conflict affected है, ना sources resources हमारे limited हैं. However, 23 million babies were born in 23 in India, the highest in the world. In 24, China, which has the second highest number of newborns globally, reported just 9.5 million newborns. हमारे यहाँ, you can see the difference in numbers. Okay, कि 23 million babies were born in 23 in India. And in China, the next year, this was the number. Though the number of zero dose children is staggering, we get to see the number is very shocking when seen in the context of number of newborns in 23. So if 23 की newborns देखें, the percentage of zero dose children in India is 6.2%. तो वहाँ पे percent थोड़ा छोटा है. A study in 21 found that India had sharply reduced the percentage of zero dose children from 33 that was in 92 to 10 in 16. So this is again a data that just I think easy for you to understand. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, number of zero dose children was 1.4 million, but this swelled to 2.7 million in 21. So again, we get to see before pandemic number जो था that was 1.4, but again it swelled to, it increased, बढ़ गया to 2.7 million in 21 and then again dropped to 1.1 million in 22 before increasing. तो ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है. 1.44 2023 में था. As in the 2021 study, a large percentage of zero dose children are in UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, MP, and Gujarat. So these are the states, as per the study, where there is a large percentage of children not being vaccinated. There is also a relatively high proportion of them in Meghalaya, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh, so there are 4 northeast states. Over the years, the difference in zero dose children based on gender, caste, rural urban status has reduced substantially. Over the years, The difference based on these segments उसमें तो कम हुआ है. However, prevalence remains high among the poor. सबसे ज़्यादा जो पुअर हैं उनके बीच में है. मदर्स विथ लो एजुकेशन, जो मदर्स नहीं पढ़ी लिखी हैं, शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब्स एंड मुस्लिम. सो दीज आर दी अगेन द सेक्टर्स जहाँ पे हमें ज़्यादा नंबर देखने को मिलता है. Focus is needed to immunize children in hard to reach tribal areas. We need to focus on tribal areas, urban slums where there is huge migrant population, and in reducing vaccine hesitancy among Muslim households with newborn children. With these households, there might be some hesitancy, तो उनके ऊपर भी काम करना है. India has much work to do to meet WHO's immunization agenda, that is IA 2030, halving, making it half zero dose children relative to 2019. So इनका जो एजेंडा है कि 2019 के जितने हाफ हो जाने चाहिए. With the number of zero dose children in 23 only about nearly reaching 29 level of 1.4 million, India needs greater and sustained efforts. Of course, sustainable efforts चाहिए हैं to halve this number in next 5 years. अगले 5 साल में हाफ क्या, अभी तो हम उसके पास पहुंचे जो 2019 का लेवल था. 2019 का आधा करना है. तो ऑथर इज trying to get our attention to the problem and how serious it is. We need to do a lot in a less time period, all those things I mentioned. Let's see some vocabulary before I ask you some. Okay, I hope there is no doubt. Thing. Running breath. It's warm and it's humid. Zero dose children जिन्हें कोई टीका नहीं मिला, हिंदी में call it टीका, unvaccinated children. Coverage is the reach, how many have been given the vaccination. Inequity is disparity, imbalance. Okay. Uh, then staggering is something which is shocking in a negative way mostly. That is staggering, not a surprise wala astounding. Immunization is vaccination. Inoculation, this was a popular word when that COVID period was going on. Swelled means increased. Prevalence means frequency of something. How common it is found. कितना उसने cover करके रखा है. Hesitancy is reluctance, not willingness. Willing नहीं है, करना नहीं है हमको ये. Sustained is something that is continuous. Hard to reach, something which is remote, inaccessible. Substantially is in a significant manner, छोटे मोटे रूप में नहीं, एक बड़े अच्छे खासे रूप में. एंड agenda means the plan, the blueprint, जो भी आप हमारा किसी का गोल है वो. Okay, so that's what we have. Tone analytical hand, cautiously optimistic. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight the sentence for you because I'm trying to save battery. If I use my pen, it's gonna take like it's gonna suck more battery. I hope you understand. Subject verb agreement of this sentence. Okay, so this is the rule that you can revise with me here. It is the number of. Okay, this is my actual subject, the number of. Now, a number of, the number of, dono, they take plural noun, but the number of takes singular verb. So because of that is my main verb here. Okay. Part of speech of the highlighted word. This adjective. Part of speech. Next word I have highlighted. Is adverb. Subject and verb agreement of this sentence. Difference. And the word difference is noun, that is your subject, and has is the verb. Give me the voice used and the tense used in this sentence. The voice and the tense used. It is passive voice, and it is in simple present tense because focus is needed by someone. So summary is like very short into it because there was a lot of data, and if I want to summarize the data, if I want to include the data, then उसमें मेरे को फिर सभी include करना पड़ता. So this is like 2 lines summary. While it, as in the editorial, acknowledges India's success in reducing zero dose children over the decades, it emphasizes the persistence of vaccination inequity among socio-economically backward groups. So दो groups की बात हुई है जो वो वहाँ पे बताया है. The editorial urges sustained, अभी half of it was, more than half of the editorial was only talking about this is the data, this is the comparison, that these are the groups and the cause part. And then at the end, there was a suggestion. So, editorial urges sustained policy efforts, targeted intervention, and addressing vaccine hesitancy to meet the 2030 goals. तो बहुत ही short और crisp तरीके से, you can see here, it's your whole article. This, if you are able to do, that means you have read the article. That means you have skimmed it properly. Okay? Hello. Let's do MCQs. Start with the question number 1. from the data presented, what can be reasonably inferred about India's progress? That India has, the percentage has steadily increased? नहीं, steadily increase कैसे हुआ? Increase हुआ, decrease हुआ, फिर increase हुआ, फिर decrease हुआ है. So this is very clearly mentioned. Okay. So editorial shows that there was a decline in zero dose children percentage from 33 to 6.2. ठीक है, but we still have got some problem because वो सिर्फ 23 का data था. So India has made significant strides, though challenges remain. B is the answer. Doubled means into two times. It's easy. C is your answer. Because the birth rate, we have more newborns, then it is again a challenge to reach out to all of them. So C is your answer, that India's high birth rate poses a significant challenge to immunization outreach. Well, the logic है ना, ज़्यादा बच्चे, so already we are struggling with whatever number we have. More newborns, and that many newborns means we have to work harder. Do you want me to explain that line, Zeba? You can do this question and then I can go back to the third. What does the fluctuation in number of zero dose children between 1923 indicate? There is instability, inconsistency in program implementation. कहीं ना कहीं कमी आ रही है. So I don't understand doubt here. Let me. So we have seen, yes, so vaccine coverage, this is the bright side. Vaccine coverage globally has doubled for six diseases. For many, out of many, for six diseases, coverage of vaccine has become twice in number. So if it was covering 100 kids, now it is covering in 2023 200 kids. Okay, I mean, I hope I have. Fourth one. Is the answer. What does the editorial imply about the vaccine hesitancy among Muslim households? That it must be addressed via targeted awareness campaigns. It's very clearly campaigns उसी के लिए होगा ना. Yeah, again. So, what conclusion can be drawn? It is very easy. The conclusion that can be drawn about the progress towards WHO's target, that we need more efforts that are essential to meet the target. Clearly given है कि we are way behind. Error detection questions. Detect the error. Despite being a seasoned consultant, the report was written by him with surprising carelessness. Now, this is a modifier. Despite being a seasoned means he was very good consultant, experienced consultant. If I am explaining something like this using this kind of a modifier, then जो consultant है उसका नाम या pronoun was supposed to be the next word. My subject cannot be report. Okay, my subject cannot be report. For example, walking in the garden, the snake bit a man. So who was walking? Snake was walking or man was walking? Walking का action man कर रहा होगा. So I need to correct this sentence. Walking in the garden, a man was bitten by the snake. So जिसको समझा रहे हैं, तो whatever word I am explaining, for that word, the dangling modifier, the piece of phrase will come, and then immediately the name of the person or the thing जिसको समझाया है उसका नाम आएगा. So correction will be, answer here is B option. Despite being a seasoned consultant, he wrote the report with surprising carelessness. He wrote the report. Okay, I'll have to change this portion in a way कि he पहले आए. Seventh one. Carelessness is noun. Noun को explain करना we need adjective. तो surprising is adjective. Okay. So the CEO emphasized transparency. Now there is a parallelism issue, ethical practices, and profits which must not override public interest. तो यहाँ पे profits पहले आएगा, and profits कौन से हैं जो कि override नहीं करे public interest को. We want to maintain the parallelism of nouns here, which is as of now at present not followed in C option. Very easy. Each of the proposals was thoroughly reviewed. Answer is B. Each of, though noun is plural, verb is going to stay singular. He was neither interested in pursuing law nor medicine, much to his parents' disappointment. So, much to his parents' disappointment is a phrase. उसमें कोई problem नहीं. But yes, we do have a problem in the parallelism part here once again. Okay. So, I hope you people are following. He was neither interested in pursuing law or in pursuing. See, interested in, neither के साथ में interested in बोला है ना, so in pursuing something nor in pursuing medicine. So we want to use we want to repeat in pursuing after nor also. E is the answer. There is no error. The agreement along with annexures and other notes. The agreement is the main verb, so it was submitted to the tribunal yesterday. It was submitted. What's the problem with submitted? Somebody else submitted the agreement ना, वो तो खुद चल के नहीं जाएगा. The new reforms aim to do what? Foster innovation. Innovation को बढ़ाएंगे, बढ़ावा देंगे. कोई नेगेटिव काम तो करेंगे नहीं. 12th one. Easy. Come on, guys, answer. I can see only two people answering. While the initial was rejected, a revised version received unanimous approval. Initial के बाद वाला revised version होगा. That of course is something approve worthy. So A is the answer for 12th one. You can't give options like E/C. Okay, give an answer. It's okay if it goes wrong. A again, the law was challenged in court for being dash to the constitutional right, for being antagonistic, opposite, something going in opposition to the right to freedom. क्योंकि यहाँ पे चैलेंज क्यों करेगा, द लॉ वाज चैलेंज इन द कोर्ट, तो वो ऑब्सोलीट है, पुराना हो चुका है, मार्जिनल है. हाउ कैन अ लॉ बी इनडिफरेंट और डिसइंटरेस्टेड, बोथ ऑफ देम दे हैव द सेम मीनिंग. So the answer to 14th one is B. The scientist theory, though radical, was supported by a strong what corpus of data. Now corpus is a very technical word. You must know this word because you आपको और भी read करने को मिलेगा, which is a collection usually of texts. कोई टेक्स्ट रिटन थिंग का कलेक्शन होता है, उसको हम कॉर्पस बोलते हैं. कंसोर्टियम इज द पार्टनरशिप, स्पेशली कंपनीज बहुत सारी मिलके जो एक एसोसिएशन बनाती है, वो कंसोर्टियम होता है. बाकी तो वर्ड्स इजी आपको आते हो. The accused was acquitted because the prosecution failed to establish a link. तो फेल हो गया अक्यूज को फ्री होना. कैसी लिंक होगी जो कि स्टैब्लिश नहीं हो पाई होगी? अ डायरेक्ट लिंक, ओके, टू द क्राइम. लिंक, क्रेडिबल लिंक स्टैब्लिश नहीं होती ना. समथिंग इज क्रेडिबल, दैट इज लाइक एन एविडेंस और अ फैक्ट. सो बेटर इज अ डायरेक्ट लिंक नहीं स्टैब्लिश हो पाई, दैट्स व्हाई द अक्यूज was एक्विटेड. उसको जो जो फ्री कर दिया गया, उसका नाम हटा दिया क्योंकि कुछ लिंक बैठा नहीं. वॉचिंग ना क्रिमिनल जस्टिस केस, यही तो होता है. You might have watched Suits if you like English, to learn English and plus watch something interesting. I like it. Lincoln Lawyer and all. So उससे भी मैंने सीखा है बहुत कुछ. And there you go. That's your answer. Okay. Not encouraging you to waste your time. Okay. Disclaimer. I hope everything is clear. Confusion. Battery is about to die. There is still no electricity at my place. So I'm gonna wrap up now. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting and attending the class. Yes, for any PDF, join our group, the Telegram group. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for